This movie is quite different from the real world. Here we see a magical and imaginary world, and there is a special school called Hogwarts, where all the children are taught magic. At the beginning of the movie, we see the three teachers from that school standing in the dark of night holding a baby in their arms in front of a house. That baby's name is Harry Potter. The three people standing there are Hagrid, Professor Dumbledore, and Professor McGonagall. Harry's parents die in an accident, and at that moment there is no one left to take care of him. So the three of them leave Harry in front of his auntie's house. We see that little Harry has lightning-shaped scar in his forehead. Then the story jumped ahead 10 years. Harry now lives with his uncle, auntie, and their son, but everyone in that house treats him very badly. They make him do all the household chores, and at night they let him sleep in a small cupboard under the stairs. One day, it's Harry's cousin's birthday, so the four of them go out to visit a zoo. There, they see a snake sleeping inside a glass enclosure. Harry's cousin looks at it and says, "What a lazy and boring snake." Hearing that, Harry looks at the snake and softly says, "Don't mind him. How would they know how hard it is to be locked up inside a glass case?" After hearing that, the snake looks at Harry and nods its head. Harry gets a little startled. Then he asks the snake, "Can you understand what I'm saying?" And the snake nods again and says yes. Harry finds it very strange that a snake can actually understand him. A few days later, after incident, some letters start arriving at the house. Among all the letters, there is one addressed to Harry, who is come from Hogwarts School, the most famous school of magic in the world. But Harry's uncle snatches the letter away from him and doesn't let him read it. After that, every single day, a new letter arrives at their house addressed to Harry. But his uncle never allows him to read any of them. After several days of this happening, one day thousands of letters suddenly starting flying into their house, as if it were raining letter everywhere. Seeing this, Harry's uncle decided that they will leave the house and go far away. Somewhere, the letters can never reach them again. So, the four of them moved to a small house by the sea. A few days later, it's Harry's birthday. He has just turned 11 years old. But nobody, not his uncle, aunties or cousin, wishes him a happy birthday. So, Harry draws a birthday cake on the dusty floor and quietly wishes himself a happy birthday. Just then, someone suddenly bangs on the door. It's Hagrid, who has come from Hogwarts School. He is the same man who years ago bought baby Harry and left him at his uncle and auntie's doorstep. Hagrid is the keeper of keys and guards at Hogwarts. He brings Harry a birthday cake and gives it to him, saying, "I hope you already know everything about Hogwarts School." Harry replies, "No, I don't know anything." So Hagrid hands him a letter, the same one that had been arriving at their house for days, which his uncle had kept hidden. When Harry opens it, he reads, "Dear Mr. Potter, we are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry." It also mentioned that his parents had studied at the same school. After learning this, Harry became very excited to join Hogwarts, but his uncle and auntie strongly refused to let him go. Ignoring their protest, Hagrid takes Harry with him. To prepare for his school, Harry needs to buy several magical items, so Hagrid takes him to a secret place called Diagon Alley, a hidden state where all magical supplies are sold. This place is invisible for ordinary men. Only wizards and witches know about it. After reaching the market, Harry says, "How I am supposed to buy things here? I don't have any money." Then Hagrid takes him to a bank, where there is a locker under Harry's parents' name. Then when they open the locker, Harry is surprised to see it's filled with gold coins. Hagrid smiles and says, "Did you really think your parents left you with nothing? Everything here belongs to you." After that, Hagrid goes to another locker for some official school work and takes out a small wrapped object. He wants Harry never to tell anyone about it. With the money from the bank, Harry starts buying things for his school. One of the most important things he needs is a magic wand. So, they visit a wand shop. As soon as they enter, the shopkeeper recognizes Harry and says, "Years ago, your parents bought their first wand from this very shop." The shopkeeper then lets Harry try to several wands, but none of them seem to suit him, because, as he explained, the wand chose the wizard, not the other way to around. Finally, the shopkeeper gives Harry a special wand, and the moment Harry holds it, the wand glows with energy. It has chosen him. The shopkeeper looks shocked and says, "This cannot be possible." He tells Harry, This wand is made from the feather of a magical phoenix. That phoenix gave only 2 feathers in its lifetime. From them, only 2 wands were ever made. The second wand belonged to the man who killed your parents and gave you that scar on your forehead. Hearing this, Harry anxiously asks, "Who is that man?" The shopkeeper replies, "No one dares to pick his name, but I can tell you this, you are destined for great things, because the wizard who held the other wand also did great things. Terrible, yes, but great." After leaving the shop, Harry asks Hagrid about that man. Hagrid tells him his name is Lord Voldemort. He was once a powerful and respected wizard, but his hunger of power turned him toward dark magic. Some wizards followed him, while others stood against him, and your parents were among them who fought against his evil. One night Voldemort killed your parents, and then he tried to kill you. But something about you, a power inside you, stopped him. You are the only person in the world who ever survived Voldemort's attack. That's why, in the wizard world, everyone knows your name. People call you the boy who lived. The Hagrid ate. Everyone say Voldemort is dead. But I don't believe it. I think he is still alive somewhere. Weak but not gone. Later they reach the train station so Harry can leave for school. Hagrid hands Harry a train ticket and then leaves. Harry looks at the ticket carefully. It's a platform 9 and 3/4. But even after searching the entire station, Harry could not find any platform like that. After a while, he noticed a few children disappearing right into the wall between platform number 9 and 10. Watching them closely, Harry nervously walked toward to the wall himself, and as soon as he stepped through it, he suddenly arrived at platform 9 and 3/4, where the train stood waiting, with Hogwarts Express written on its side. While traveling on that train, Harry became friends with the 2 kids named Ron and Hermione. After some time, their train arrived at a station, and from there, they all took a small boat to reach their school, Hogwarts. Once they entered the school, they saw a professor named Professor McGonagall waiting for all the new students. She told them that once they entered, everyone would be divided into 4 teams: Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw. Each student's good behavior would earn points from their team, and for any mistake or rule breaking, points would be deducted. After the end of the year, the team with the highest number of points would win the House Cup trophy. Before entering the hall, a boy named Draco Malfoy came up to Harry. He was from a rich and powerful family, and he was quite arrogant. He said to Harry, "I hope you will make friends with the right kind of people." Then he extended his hand toward Harry, but Harry replied, "I can tell who are the right kind of people are, and I will choose my own friends." After that, when they all went inside, Professor Dumbledore welcomed the new students and explained the school rules. He said, no student allowed to wander around the school at night, and no one is permitted to go to the right-hand section of the 3rd floor. Then inside the hall, a talking magical hat was used to decide which student would go into which group. Harry, Ron and Hermione were all sorted into Gryffindor. Then the team leader took their teammates to their respected room. To reach their room, they had climbed to magical staircases which often changed direction on their own. From then on, classes slowly began. Every day, the students learned new spell and magical lesson. And one day, they all got the chance to make flying lesson on broomsticks. While flying in the sky on their brooms, one of the students suddenly lost balance, fell down to the ground and broke his arm. Because of this, their class teacher immediately took that student to the hospital wing. Now, the glass ball that had fallen from the injured student's hand was laying on the field. Marco Delfoy, that arrogant boy, picked up the ball and kept it her himself. Harry told him to give the ball back, but instead, Malfoy flew up into the sky on his broom and threw the ball very far away, saying mockingly, "If you have got the skill, go fetch it." Harry, without hesitation, jumped onto his broom and flew straight toward the falling ball with incredible speed. Just before the ball could hit the ground, Harry caught it mid-air and safely returned to his friends. Professor McGonagall, who was watching everything from her office window, was astonished to see how naturally Harry flew the broom. Very few people could fly like that. Impressed by his flying skill, Professor McGonagall made Harry the Seeker of Gryffindor Quidditch team. Every year, 4 teams from Hogwarts compete in a magical game called Quidditch. In this game, players earned points in various ways. One of the main ways to win was to catch a teeny, golden flying ball called the Golden Snitch. This ball flew around the air at an incredible speed, so fast that it was almost impossible to spot the naked eye. Each team had a special player called a Seeker, whose only job was to find and catch the flying ball. Whichever team's Seeker catch the snake first would win the game. And now, Harry had been selected to Gryffindor new Seeker, the youngest Quidditch player in the last 1,000 years at Hogwarts. Later, Harry found out that his father had once been a very famous Seeker in the same school. A few days after this event, Harry, Ron and Hermione were returning to their room after class. But suddenly, the school's moving staircase changed direction on their own. Because of that, the 3 of them accidentally ended up on the forbidden 3rd floor corridor. The very place students were told never to go. When they entered a nearby room, they were shocked to find a giant 3-headed dog inside. The monster dog was guarding a secret trapdoor beneath it. The moment the dog noticed them, it tried to attack. But the 3 of them somehow managed to escape. After running out, they realized something important. Whatever was hidden behind the trapdoor must be something extremely valuable and dangerous. A few days later, the Quidditch tournament finally began at Hogwarts. Harry and the rest of his team entered the field, ready to play. But just a few minutes after the game started, Harry's blood suddenly began to go out of the control, as if someone was using magic to manipulate it. Up in the stands, Hermione noticed something strange. She saw Professor Snape staring directly at Harry, muttering some strange spell under his breath. Realizing that Snape might be the one trying to hurt Harry, Hermione quickly ran through the crowd, snuck behind Snape, and with a small spell set his cloak on fire. Startled, Snape broke his concentration, and instantly Harry regained control of his broom. A few moments later, Harry managed to spot the golden snake in the air, chase it at lightning speed, and finally caught it, winning the match for his team. Everyone in the stands cheered for Harry. It was his first Quidditch game, and he had already become a hero. A few days later, Harry, Ron and Hermione visited Hagrid at his haunt. They told him everything, how Snape had tried to curse Harry during the match. But Hagrid shook his head and said, "You are all mistaken. Professor Snape is a very good man. He would never do something like that." Then the 3 friends asked Hagrid what the 3-headed dog was gardening in that forbidden room. Hagrid, looking nervous, said, "The dog's name is Florey, and what he is gardening is none of your business. It's a secret between Professor Dumbledore and Nicholas Flamel." Hearing that, Harry, Ron and Hermione began to wonder. They all know who Dumbledore was, the headmaster of Hogwarts. But who on earth was Nicholas Flamel? So they went to the library and started searching through books to find out any clue about him. But even after hours of searching, they couldn't find anything. A few days later, Christmas arrived. Harry received a mysterious gift, a package with a letter inside. The note said, "Your father gave me this before he died. Now it's time for me to return it to you." Inside the package was a cloak, not an ordinary one, but a cloak is invisibility. Whoever wore it could become completely invisible. Curious to learn more about Nicholas Flamel, Harry put on the cloak and sneaked into the restricted section of the library at night, where students weren't allowed. But soon after, the library guard entered the room, forcing Harry to hide quickly inside another chamber. Inside that room stood a large magical mirror. This wasn't any ordinary mirror. It was enchanted to show a person their deepest desire. When Harry stood in front of it, he saw something that made his heart stop. His parents, smiling and standing beside him. Harry had never known his parents loved from childhood. The only thing he had ever truly wanted was to see them again. From that night onward, Harry began visiting the mirror again and again, just to see their faces. But one night, while he was staring into the mirror, Professor Dumbledore appeared behind him. He gently said, "Harry, you know that none of this is real. This mirror shows nothing but dreams, not reality. It gives us neither knowledge or truth. Men have wasted away before it and stand by what they see." The Dumbledore added, "Tomorrow this mirror will be moved to a new secret location. I do not want you to come looking for it again. After a few days, Harmony was reading a book when she finally discovered who Nicholas Flamel was. From there, the three friends, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, learned that Nicholas Flamel was the only person in the world capable of creating a Philosopher's Stone. And the Philosopher's Stone was no ordinary stone. It had two incredible powers. It could turn any metal into pure gold, and it could also produce a special elixir of life that could make someone immortal. After learning this, they realized that the three-headed dog they had seen earlier was exactly guarding the Philosopher's Stone. That very night, the trio went to meet Hagrid to told him that Professor Snape was trying to steal the stone. But Hagrid again refused to believe it. He said, "You are mistaken. Professor Snape is one of them. The professor's trying to protect the stone, not steal it." While talking to Hagrid, the three noticed something strange. There is a dragon's egg in the house. Hagrid proudly told them, "I have wanted one for eggs. A few strangers gave it to me as a gift a few days ago." After a short while, Hagrid sent them back to their dorms. But when they entered the school, Professor McGonagall was waiting for them, since it was secretly forbidden for a student to wander around at night. Each of the three was punished. 50 house points was deducted from each of them. Manuel, a boy named Malfoy, who had secretly been following them, was also caught. So he too was punished and lost 50 points from his house. As punishment, all four, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Malfoy, had to go into the Forbidden Forest at night with Hagrid. A unicorn had been found dead in the forest, and Hagrid wanted to investigate what had happened. Once inside the dark forest, they split into two teams to search. Hagrid, Ron, and Hermione one way, while Harry and Malfoy went another way. After walking for a while, Harry and Malfoy suddenly saw a dark figure, a shadowy creature drinking the blood of a dead unicorn. Malfoy screamed and ran away, but Harry stood frozen in fear. That shadow slowly began moving toward Harry, and just as it was about to attack him, a creature half human, half horse, rushed it and saved him. The creature told Harry, "Anyone who drinking unicorn blood may gain life, but it will be only a cursed half-life." Then he added, "The one was who drinking the unicorn's blood, that was Voldemort himself." Before Harry could ask more, Hagrid and others arrived. Later, when trio returned to the castle, they decided everything that had happened. They considered the Professor Snape must be trying to steal the Philosopher's Stone, not for himself, but to help Voldemort regain power. Hermione then said, "As long as Professor Dumbledore is here, Voldemort can touch this school, because Dumbledore is one of the greatest wizards in the world." A few days later, Harry suddenly remembered that Hagrid had searching for a dragon's egg for many years, and now, out of nowhere, a stranger had come and give him that dragon's egg. So, the next morning they meet Hagrid and begin ask about the stranger who gave him the egg. After talking with Hagrid, they learned that without realizing it, Hagrid had told the stranger everything about the secret place. He even told the stranger that if someone played the right music to the three-headed dog, it would immediately fall asleep. Now the three of them began to suspect that maybe mysterious man is Professor Snape, who is trying to steal the Philosopher's Stone. With that in mind, the three of them decide to go that very night to the secret chamber and protect the stone from being stolen. That night they slip into the dog's room and find beautiful music playing, and the dog quit sleep. Seeing this, they realize someone has already come here to try to steal the stone. Quietly, they creep past the sleeping dog and enter the secret door. Inside, they have to pass through many difficult obstacles. Each door and path is very hard to get through. At one point, Ron stakes his life to get them through and becomes very ill. So Hermione is still behind at look after him. Harry goes through the final door alone. Inside, he finds the enchanted mirror, the same mirror they had seen before, and Professor Quirrell standing there. Harry is very surprised to see him, because Professor Quirrell was considered the most timid, harmless teacher at the school. Harry asks, "What are you doing here? Shouldn't Professor Snape be the one here?" Quirrell answers, "I always pretended to be timid so that no one would ever suspect me." Then Harry says, "But on the day of the Quidditch match, Professor Snape was trying to kill me." Quirrell replied, "It was I who tried to kill you that day. Professor Snape was trying to save you. If my concentration had not been broken when our clock caught fire, I would have killed you then." Now Harry understands they had been wrong. Professor Snape is actually a good man. Quirrell stared at the mirror and said, "I always stand here and see myself holding a stone in my hand. But how will I really get the stone?" Then a voice tells Professor Quirrell, "Use this boy to help me." After that, Quirrell tells Harry to stand in front of a mirror. As Harry stands there, he notices that the Philosopher's Stone is hidden in his own pocket. When he looks from the mirror to his pocket, he realizes that the stone is really here. Professor Quirrell then asks him, "Did you see anything in the mirror?" Harry replies, "I saw that I had won the Housecraft trophy and that I was talking to Dumbledore." Another voice interrupts, "You are lying. Let me speak him." At that moment, Quirrell removes his turban and Harry sees that there is another face on the back of his head. It is Voldemort's face. Voldemort speaks, "Harry, how are you, Harry? We meet again. See what I have become. Drinking unicorn blood restored me. Yes, but only half of my life, and it hurts. Look how far I have fallen just to survive. To stay alive, I have to use Quirrell's body." Voldemort then demands, "Give me the Philosopher's Stone you have, so I can use the elixir of life to restore my body fully." But Harry refuses. Voldemort ordered Quirrell to kill Harry. As Quirrell grabs Harry's throat, Harry instinctively grabs Quirrell's hand. Suddenly, Harry's hands start to burn, and Quirrell's hands begin to burn away to ash. Both Harry and Quirrell are shocked. Neither understand how Harry possesses such power. Harry presses both of hands against Quirrell's face, and Quirrell's entire body slowly begins to burn. So, Quirrell's body is reduced to ash, and Voldemort lost his half of body attached with Quirrell. Voldemort frees, and Harry captures unconscious, holding the Philosopher's Stone. When he wakes, he finds himself in a hospital with Professor Dumbledore by his side. Dumbledore ensures him that Ron and Hermione are safe and that the Philosopher's Stone has been destroyed. Before looking into the mirror, I didn't even have the stone. How did I suddenly end up in my pocket? Dumbledore explained, "I placed the stone in the mirror in such a way that anyone who tried to use it would never get it. Only someone who tried to find it without using it would have it come to them. You did not try to use it, you only thought it, so it came to you on its own." Harry asked, "So now that the stone is gone, Voldemort can never return?" Dumbledore replied, "There is still many ways he could survive. But do you know why Professor Quirrell wouldn't touch you? Your mother sacrificed his life to save you. Such act of love leave a mark that always stay within you." Harry is released from the hospital. The time has come to award the Housecraft trophy. Harry's team had fewest points, but Dumbledore added extra point for bravery, giving Harry, Ron and Hermione 170 additional points, allowing their team to win the Housecraft trophy. Finally, it's time for the student to go home for the holidays. On the train, Hermione said, "It feels strange to go home." Harry replied, "I am not going home. I am leaving the place I was born, and I have found a home here, with all the love I have received at this school." The train departs, and the students head toward their respective homes. And with that, the story of the movie comes to an end.